يعمل عندها في مالها يعني يشتغل بالتجارة في مال خديجة أزوجه.
So the father, he said, I'm going to marry this orphan to my daughter Khadija, the one who worked for her. Okay.
هذا الرجل اليتيم من خديجة
I will marry him from Khadija.
قال ذكر رسول الله خديجة وكان أبوها يرغب عن.
So Rasulullah, the Prophet of Allah, he wanted to marry Khadija, but her father, he don't want that.
أن يزوجها.
And he refused.
فصنعت السيدة خديجة طعاما.
So Khadija, she made food. Look at the plan, brother. Look at the decency of this religion. So Khadija, she made food.
وشرابا.
And drink.
ودعت أباها وزمرا من قريش.
And she invited her father. This is the wife of Muhammad. She wanted Muhammad to be in her bed. She's an old woman, very rich. Muhammad is a young man. He worked for her. She have 2 husbands before him and many children before him. And actually she have none of children from him. Even though Muslims, they say that he have children from her, which is a lie. So she made her father and all the invited people to be drunk.
فقالت خديجة لأبيها إن محمد بن عبد الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يخطبني فزوجني إياه.
According to his report now, he's saying that when her father is drunk, she said to him, Muhammad is asking me, you know, I want to marry Muhammad. And now the guy is drunk. What happened?
زوجه. إن محمد بن عبد الله يخطبني فزوجني إياه. خديجة اللي بتخطب فزوجها.
So when he is drunk, she said to him that Muhammad, he want to marry me and I want to marry him. So he agreed. But by the way, in the report, in the true story, it doesn't say that. It says that when he woke up, he did not say that. He said, why I'm waiting? And look what she did. After that, she took off his clothing and she made him dress a nice clothing, which is usually they wear for wedding. This is who is Muhammad. Here you ask yourself, if Muhammad is a good person, how he agree to make a father of a wife he want to marry from drunk in order to get the daughter? Are you following with me? This is Muhammad. This is the morality. And this is how great he is. So now, if this guy, Dudu, he wanted to marry a girl and she is a Muslim and her father don't agree, he will make him drunk. The woman he like, she will make her father drunk. And then when he is drunk, she will take off her clothes. And then he woke up in the morning, he find him with the bedroom with her. He said, what he's doing here? He said, oh, I forgot. Yesterday you married me to him. And look, you are wearing a suit. So the Muslims, when they speak about morality, you need to question why they talk too much about morality when Islam has zero morality. The breast suckling religion. What kind of God he sent verses for a breast feeding for adult? Sadly, those verses we cannot find them in the Quran because the Quran was preserved, protected, but not from goats. You know, look like Allah, he have a weakness for a goat. Like he cannot stop goats, you know, like, I mean, all of us, we have weakness. Like, you know, I have a weakness for baklava. You put baklava on me, I like that, that's it. Allah is God. He protects his book. But he cannot stop a goat from eating the Quran. And look, by the way, I mean, this is really amazing. The goat, she selected the verses. I mean, don't you see there is something fishy in the story? I mean, obviously this goat, she is very well educated and she knew how to read Arabic. To the point she flipped pages. And she chose certain verses. Remember, usually verses in the Quran, they are repeated in many chapters. So if you eat a verse in one chapter, well, it's going to be in a different chapter. We can show you right now how much Muhammad, he repeat himself because he have nothing to say. So according to the story, the goat, she entered the bedroom of Muhammad. She flipped the pages one by one. And she chose certain papers. And she ate them. And right now, there's tons of Muslims are looking for this goat. She is wanted, by the way, by the Mujahideen. Because obviously this goat, she did what is not halal. It's not mentioned in the Quran you can eat books. I mean, come on. I mean, this goat, oh, hold on, first of all, as long as goat, she live in the house of Muhammad, we assume that she is a Muslim goat. Actually, the Quran says that all Muslims, all animals are Muslims. All animals are Muslims. Let us show the reference because they might say, you know, he's lying. This is why Allah, he is going to gather all animals in the day of judgment, and he will judge even between two goats. When they actually were mentioning, you know, we can show the hadith about the goat too. Allah will question two goats why they are hitting the head of each other. He will judge between them. So this goat, she went inside the bedroom of Muhammad. She flipped the pages, and because she knew how to read and how to write, obviously she is very well educated. And now Muhammad is dead. And the Quran is under the pillow. So look what this filthy goat she did. Obviously she flipped Muhammad from the bed. He fell in the floor. Because she cannot get the Quran if he's under the pillow. She have to move Muhammad. And a dead man is even heavier than a living man. Because of the fart and the poo-poo. And the gas. That's why the hadith says that the Prophet, he stink. Because they did not bury him for 3 days. Hoping that what he said is true. He said, we the Prophet, our body will not be decayed. So they did not bury him for 3 days. And then Ibn Abbas, he said, Idfunu sahibakum, bury your friend. So he stink like all human, they stink. Another hadith says, وَقَدْ رَبَى بَطْنَهُ, which means his belly became a balloon from fart. So the goat, she flipped the pages of the Quran and she started eating 2 chapters, on both of them is sexual. One about stoning to death, and one about breastfeeding for adult. The first question you ask yourself, if you have little intelligence, well, the goat, she ate the page where the Quran is written about the breastfeeding for adult. But don't the Muslims, they say that we memorize the Quran? Who can recite for us the breastfeeding of 10 verses? The 10 adult breastfeeding verses. The goat, she ate your Quran, she did not eat your memory. Maybe this goat was a virus. She went in the hard drive of every Muslim. Hold on. I think this goat was sent by Allah. Because if you go to the Quran, you will see that Allah, he says, none of our revelation we abrogate or cause to be forgotten. chapter 2, verse 106. And if we connect things together, the Muslim believe that everything happened is a destiny. So this goat was sent by Allah. In other words, this goat, she was Allah agent. Allah, He wants us to forget about those verses because they are dummy. Do your God know Arabic or not? He didn't say, let him drink your milk. He says, arda'i. My friends, I feel sorry for you if you are not a Muslim, because only in Islam you have such a thing. You have a God, He sent messages, and then this God, He said to Himself, oh, this message is really dumb. I'm going to cause them to forget. He tried to use remote control, or let us say voodoo, so he said like shukakaka, kakakuku, did not work. He said karakuku, tatatata, did not work. He said, let us go branding, did not work. I mean, nothing is working. So Allah, He was thinking, how I can make them forget about these verses. Bingo, He got it. He said, we will send them a goat, and now everybody busy with the death of Muhammad. The goat, she will go inside the bedroom, nobody will notice. The goat, she will look for the pages, and for sure, Allah, He will not send any goat. He will send a scholar goat who speak Arabic very well. For sure, she speak Arabic. I mean, she lived in the house of the Prophet. And who knows Quran very well. For sure, she know Quran very well. But the Prophet was reciting Quran all the time. And she knew how to find the verses. Absolutely. This is very easy for a goat. They are so smart. Not like Muhammad. She flipped the pages, brother. She start looking. Page number 1, page number 2, page number 4, page number 10. You know, like where we can find this, you know? And by the way, in case you are interested, this goat, she wrote a book about her experience eating the Quran. Look, it says goat, cooking and eating. So if you go there, open the chapter of cooking the Quran or eating the Quran raw. So you'll have two recipes, well done or none done. And then they will say to you, the Quran reserve, brother. Obviously, is the goat did not eat the Quran. This is you Muslim who ate it because you are ashamed of the morality of your Prophet. Because if the goat ate the verse, still you can remember it. Who can memorize it? Who can tell me what is the verse? And what make it more funny, it says that this goat is abrogated by 5 times breastfeeding. Where we can find the 5 times? And it says here, these verses were abrogated by recitation. Like, what the heck? Those verses are abrogated by recitation? Why you want to abrogate the recitation? There is something fishy there. This is the only religion is having a God. He wants you to practice His words, but He make you forget His words. Have you ever heard of a religion? You have to follow the law, but will make you forget the law? Well, welcome to Islam. My friends, I'm not going to stay here long. I just wanted to share with you a little bit about the conspiracy. The conspiracy, brother, of spreading LGBT in the religion of Islam, brother. When Islam is the most popular religion with homosexuality. في دبره داء لا يشفى إلا بماء الرجال. In his anus there is a sickness and no medicine to it except the water of men. You know what water I'm talking about? Is that your books?